minutes until airtime here on the Wake Forest Sports Network for our Coaches Show broadcast. Your next time cue comes with 3 minutes until airtime. Mark, 3 minutes until airtime here on the Wake Forest Sports Network for our Coaches Show broadcast. Your next time cue will be with 2 minutes until airtime. Until airtime here on the Wake Forest Sports Network for our Coaches Show broadcast. Your next time cue will be with 1 minute until airtime. Network stations, we are 1 minute until airtime here on the Wake Forest Sports Network for our Coaches Show broadcast. Studios, please start your archive recording. Stations, if you encounter technical issues during this broadcast, please call the Wake Forest studio hotline at area code 336-831-0819. Coming up on 30 seconds until airtime, Mark, 30 seconds until airtime. Once again, stations, if you encounter technical issues during this broadcast, please call the Wake Forest studio hotline number at 336-831-0819. Stations, your final time cue will be with 15 seconds until airtime. Mark, 15 seconds until airtime.
The following is a Learfield presentation of the Wake Forest Sports Network.
Live from Miller's on Robin Hood, this is the Steve Forbes Show on the Wake Forest Sports Network from Learfield. Your weekly all-access pass inside Demon Deacon basketball.
Kicks it underneath baseline right. Here's Harris up and under. Drives it, scores it, gets the foul. Taken by Wake. Spillers drives, dukes, and Wake leads by 4.
We did an unbelievable job in defensive transition. I think we're a little more comfortable playing with each other's strengths and weaknesses on the offensive side of the ball.
Send us your question for Coach Coach Forbes to our inbox. Available at wakeradio@learfield.com or tweet your question to the voice of the Deeks at Stan Cotton WF.
Who learned something tonight?
Me.
See?
Yeah.
I didn't know about the nail.
The nail.
See?
Man, I feel
That's
good.
why you come here.
I tell you, that's some high-tech stuff right there.
Learn that stuff from Coach Forbes.
The Steve Forbes Show is brought to you by Atrium Health Wake Forest Baptist, the official healthcare partner of the Demon Deacons. Now, alongside Coach Forbes, here's the voice of the Deeks, Stan Cotton.
All right. Yes, we made it. We made it through the through the snow and ice here to Miller's on Robin Hood. Some brave souls made it. Some Wake Forest students made it. We're going to have to get you guys on the air with us. Is that cool? You go on the air with Coach Forbes? Okay.
Oh, that'll be fun. We'll have a good day.
That'll be fun. Yeah, but we appreciate you guys coming out. It's Jalen Cross night.
Yeah.
Jalen is here. He's our favorite grad of Caldwell Academy in Greensboro. And last 2 ACC games, he's dropped into 3. So we'll talk to Jalen a little bit later. If you're here, Jalen, he's got a smile from here to there. He'll be happy to take a picture with you, sign an autograph or two. But he's smiling right now.
He's a good one.
He's a good one.
He's a little nervous. He thinks I'm going to get him.
No. He was on the air with us after the game a couple of games ago.
Yeah.
And I literally, Jalen, I don't know if I told you this, I got a text from a friend of mine who was in my business, and he said, "Hey, I'm driving back after our game and was listening to your post game." He said, "That guy is good," and that was his first ever live interview.
Well,
I
there
think.
you go. Then maybe you could have a career in that one.
Yeah, so anyway, you got a future, Jalen. We appreciate it. Let's see, a couple ways for you to get to us. If you're here, we do have a mic. We'll be passing that around. We'll get the Wake students on for sure. They promise they want to be on the air with us. We'll get Jalen on here a little bit later, about half an hour away, a little less than that. You can email us, wakeradio@learfield.com. Coach, we got a lot of questions already about the game and also looking ahead to, oh, by the way, breaking news. The state game's been moved to noon. Instead of 3:45. Okay, I think some snow is coming. But what we flew in and out of at Pitt, this will be nothing. They had 2 feet on the ground up there. But anyway, the game has been moved to noon with NC State on Saturday. That was going to be the Rodney Rogers game. That has also been moved.
Oh, I didn't know that.
To March the 7th when California is in town.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's been moved.
Good stuff. I'm learning. I'm learning as we go here.
You come to the Steve Forbes Show, you learn about your own program.
There you
How about
go.
that?
I did not know that. I had that on my calendar.
So anyway, we will we'll have the Rodney Rogers Day on March the 7th now, okay? And the Saturday game is set for noontime. But you can email us, wakeradio@learfield.com. If you're on Twitter, shoot me a post at Stan Cotton WF. Coach, I know you had some trouble with your parking spot today, but you made it anyway, right?
I did. I actually fell getting out of my car on the phone. And I literally fell and stayed on the phone. Didn't drop the phone.
Didn't drop the call.
Did not.
That's talent.
No, I did. I struggled to get up. I think it took me 2 minutes to get up. I mean, seriously, it was so slick. I couldn't get any grip or to get up. It's very icy in front of the Shaw right now.
Well, and I want to thank the staff at Miller's on Robin Hood. I mean, they Robin Hood Road in a lot of areas is not good. It's not good at all. And we were prepared to do something different today, but they said no. It's the Steve Forbes Show. We're here.
We haven't been in school since what, Friday?
It's been a while.
That's why the students are here. Having a good time.
Anyway, tip of the cap to the folks here at Miller's on Robin Hood for being open,
drinking a frosty beverage over there.
There you go. Yeah. So anyway, we are here, and we'd love to talk basketball with you. And of course, the trip to Pitt didn't go as planned. We were kind of shocked actually. We played the game.
When I went to bed Sunday night, I thought we were moving the game to Wednesday, and so because we did not get a practice Sunday, and so I was on the phone all day, talking about. We did watch the film on Zoom, which is not great.
How is that? How does that work?
It's not good. It's bad. It's choppy. So anyway, I got up Monday and I thought, okay, we couldn't have practice in the morning because school was still closed. And so I was kind of figuring out what we were going to do. I thought we'd practice in the afternoon, be able to stay, at home Monday night, practice Tuesday, leave. Well, then I get a call about 11. Game's on. We're leaving at 3:30 or 4, and you can practice in the afternoon. And I'm like, oh, my God. So we went up there and practiced at 1, got on the bus. We had to go out of Greensboro, as you know, not out of Winston. Went over there, flew in. As you said, I think they got 18, almost 2 feet of snow.
There's a bunch, yeah.
Our bus driver, she was great, but she was a little nervous. She didn't really like.
She was great.
She was awesome, but she was telling me she couldn't wait to drop us back off. She didn't like being out in that, and so we went over there and played the game, and they weren't in school either, so it was an interesting crowd. Usually that is one of the harder places to play with the students because the old zoo there is. They say interesting things, and they still did that. I could actually hear them a little more because there wasn't very many people in there. Yeah, it was unfortunate. I was just looking at the numbers here. We led 37 minutes of the game, and they led 5. But, they led at the right time, and obviously had our chances to win it. Had a very controversial play at the end of the game when Juke drove in there. It was definitely a foul. And the league agreed with me, but unfortunately it doesn't matter after the fact. And the reason why it was a foul is because when you're a secondary defender, the guy guarding Juke is the primary defender. He beat him off the dribble. When a secondary defender comes in there, he cannot have a foot in the restricted area unless he's airborne. He has to be airborne and vertical, and he was standing on the ground and made contact with Juke and forced him, help miss the shot. That's automatic. That's non-negotiable foul. If you remember back to Texas Tech when we were late in the game, and we threw the lob that didn't go to Miles, but the reason why that was a foul was the same thing. You can't make contact in the restricted area with your feet as a secondary defender with your feet on the ground. And so you saw me get mad, and they thought I was out of line. I was telling them, no, you're out of line. So he should have went to the line for 2. Unfortunately, we had some execution issues, frustrating. We watched those all today, coming out of timeouts. We had a really costly turnover. We were up 2 with a minute 8 to go. We ran a play that we had just run at the 12-minute mark coming out of the timeout and got a wide-open shot. I flipped Miles and Juke because I wanted Juke to get the shot, but we did a poor job screening and a poor job of getting it in, and they laid it up, and then Juke came down and got fouled. And then, we had another one late in overtime where we ran another play that we'd run. Sebastian had laid it up with about 2 minutes to go in the game. We ran a play where he went right down the lane and laid it up. We ran the same play, didn't execute it the way we needed to, and then we ran a play out of a timeout for Miles to down 1, and they executed the play correctly. I mean, he got wide open. It's just that's not the right time to take that shot. That's the time to drive it, and I thought he had a great driving lane, and so those are all things you got to learn from, and it's on me. I'm the head coach, and it's a reflection of me, and I don't blame the players. I got to do a better job of teaching them.
And Pittsburgh able to win that one in overtime, 80-76. And now, again, the Deacs will look to come home and play NC State on Saturday at noontime. We'll take a quick timeout. More on the other side. We've got questions. We've got Jalen Cross here, as we talked about. And we'll get the wireless mic out, at least to the students who trudged through the snow and ice to get here. See what I walked in, I said, these guys have to be students. So we'd like to hear what you guys have to say. We'll have fun with you, and appreciate you being here. And anybody else, for that matter, who is here at Miller's on Robin Hood. So we'll take the timeout. More on the other side as you listen to the Steve Forbes Show from Learfield.
Spillers tap the rebound. Out to Harris, gets it back, dunks it. Going to have to make something happen. Pulls and fires. 14-footer, got it. For a good look at it. Three, drilled.
Hey, Deke fans, Coach Forbes here. As you prepare to watch your Deeks this season, remember to bring along some ice-cold Pepsi. There's something special about watching the Deeks with your friends, eating some great food, and drinking Pepsi. It's a perfect way to cheer the team on to victory. Go Deeks.
Wake Forest basketball is always better with Pepsi.
A golf instructor who knows technique can improve an aspiring pro swing. But one who really cares can help transform a career.
There he is, your new champion.
When you team up with someone who knows a lot and cares even more, you're unstoppable. At Truist, we believe the same is true for banking. Truist, leaders in banking, unwavering in care. Truist Bank, member FDIC, leading based on top 10 U.S. commercial bank.
We'll be right back to the Steve Forbes Show after this local timeout on the Wake Forest Sports Network from Learfield.
Stan Cotton here for Roger Marion Automotive. Roger and his staff have been taking care of me and my family and our cars and trucks for years. From tune-ups to oil changes to a state inspection or that weird sound your engine's making that you can't quite figure out. Roger Marion Automotive can handle whatever issue your vehicle has and get you back on the road with confidence and at a very fair price. Roger Marion Automotive between I-40 and 421 across from West Forsyth High School. Roger Marion Automotive, the only choice for any fan of the Demon Deacons.
When it comes to local news, you can rely on ABC 45 News, there to cover your story.
Just had to take a stand. We should be compensated way more than we are.
There to get you answers.
It still leaves so much anxiety because it's like we don't know what happened.
There in your community.
We need to help out the people in our community who are struggling.
And there with your no-wait weather.
This area is producing some severe weather tonight.
ABC 45 News, weeknights at 6 and 11, standing up for you.
Welcome back to the Steve Forbes Show.
Harris with his 28th point, and Wake leads it 75-64. Only 23 seconds to go.
Actually, I looked up and everybody was going to the exits. The best feeling in coaching is going on the road and shutting the crowd up. That's a good feeling.
Email your question to Stan and Coach Forbes at wakeradio@learfield.com.
Okay, we are back, first half hour, Steve Forbes Show on this really cold night in Winston-Salem. We're at Miller's on Robin Hood, and we'll be back here next week starting on our regular Monday nights. I think we have a 3-week Monday run, then we have to sneak it in on a Thursday night. But next Monday night, we are back here to talk about Wake and State and look ahead to the games following. All right, I forgot to tell you in the first segment, stay where art meets atmosphere, Hotel Indigo and Sir Winston Wine Loft and Restaurant were designed for the creatively curious, bold spaces, local flavors, inspired stays. Now time for the Atrium Health Wake Forest Baptist Game Diagnosis, brought to you by the official healthcare partner of the Demon Deacons. All right, Coach, let's talk more about the game. Let's talk about the first half a little bit. When, unfortunately, Nate Calmes got hurt, and you have some, we're going to break more news here, some information on Nate that's not terribly exciting.
Nate had 10 points in 10 minutes, right? And so he was playing well, and he got hurt, and I'm oblivious to the whole thing. So I'm coaching the game, and then about 3 minutes later, I turn around and go, hey, man, we got to get Nate back in the game. And my staff said, he's out. And I said, out for what? And I he sprained his ankle. So what has happened is he has a very severe grade 3 sprain. So he's out indefinitely. And I don't know. I can't put a time frame on it because it's a bad one. It's huge. And so, that's unfortunate. He's and then especially in that game, he was playing really well, and he's played well pretty much the entire year. That's a big loss for us.
He's really done a good job of coming off an okay game in terms of points with a really good game.
Came back.
And he was on his way
because he had
20-plus.
Duke, he just played okay and not great, and he knew it, and he was really good. He was cooking. He was playing really well, had a great pace. Honestly, I didn't even see it happen. I just saw him rolling out of bounds there, and I grabbed his ankle, and, I've seen 100 players do that over the year, 37 years, and get back up and go. And the game kept going because he was laying out of bounds. So it wasn't like we had to go out there to get him. And I wasn't paying attention because the game, kept moving. And then I didn't realize he was out. And so, that was but, even after that, our guys battled hard. I don't fault them for that. It hurt too. Juke got in foul trouble. And so at some points there, we didn't have him or Juke on the floor. So, it was a little bit harder for us to score with those guys out. But I thought the guys did a good job of sharing the ball, moving it. We shot it okay. We shot for, 45%, 29 from 3, 79 from the line. But we held them 38% from the field. You know, the biggest issue, again, was, you know, those areas on the margins where they get us 20-9 on second chance points and 17-4 on turnovers. I mean, we had 13 turnovers. They got 17 points off those. That's a very losing number, you know. And so I guess if you want to point it to a couple things, you would point to that is the fact that they outscored us that poorly on turnovers. Our turnovers were more live ball than dead ball. And I think we had a game, I remember I think it was Virginia Tech we beat, who we had so many points off of their live ball turnovers that, you know, that you're just going to win those kind of games, and that's what happened.
You were up 6 at the half, and you were winning the battle on the glass at the half. And then I don't know what Coach Capel said at halftime with regard to their offense. They're rebounding, but they really started doing a much better job of that, and that hurt.
They did. We felt like going into the game, they're one of the more physical teams in the league. They're very physical defensively. They get you off your spot. They use their hands a lot. They're tough. They're strong. And so, they got their hands on a lot of balls in the second half, and, you know, a couple, you know, probably late that really hurt us. But really, truthfully, you know, I felt like, you know, we still had control of the game. And, you know, if you go back to, again, turnover off the side out of bounds play, up 2 with a minute, what did I say, a minute 8? You know, we didn't even get a shot up. You know, now we've got a tie game. And so those kind of turnovers late in the game, you know, they really hurt you.
Had a crazy stat on Pitt under Coach Capel that I used in the pregame, and then I remembered it in the postgame. Under Jeff Capel, this is a crazy stat. When they score 80 points or more, they're 54-2.
Jeez.
And they scored 80. And now they're 55-2. So I don't know what it is about 80 in Pitt, but
a good number for them.
That's a good number for them, and they got right on it, and they got the win.
Well, they're not on I-80 up there. I grew up on I-80. I mean, obviously, when you score 80 points, that's a pretty good number to be able, you know, to have a great chance to win. You know, I thought defensively, again, they shot 38% from the field, 30 from 3, 68 from the line. I mean, those are winning defensive numbers as far as percentages, but you got to go deeper than that. And you go into the offensive rebounds, and, you know, they're plus 11 points on second chance. But the big key was our offense wasn't complementary to our defense. And you've heard me talk about playing complementary offense and defense. Our turnovers they were plus 13 there. You know what I mean? So that's just if you look at their numbers, like they almost, 37 points out of their 80, almost half their points came from second chance and turnovers. That's not their offense generating something against our defense. It's us not getting the rebound or playing sloppy on offense. And I did bring that up in the press conference after the game with the Pitt media, was that number right there. 37 of their 80 points came in that area.
Okay, there you go. The Atrium Health Wake Forest Game Diagnosis brought to you by the official healthcare partner of the Demon Deacs. Still to come, Jalen Cross. We're going to take a time out. We're going to talk to the Wake Forest students next.
Oh, here we go.
We're going to go out there and give them a mic and let them go one-on-one.
All right, here we go.
Coach of the Deacs right after this timeout.
At Vibe, we believe interior design has the power to transform experience, shaping how people heal, learn, and perform every day. Whether it's premium hospitality suites, medical education facilities, residence halls, or healthcare environments, we create spaces that inspire connection, focus, and well-being. As respected partners of Wake Forest University and Wake Forest Athletics, we're proud to design environments where champions thrive, on the court, in the classroom, and beyond. Discover the impact of great design at vibedesign.com. That's Vibe with 2 I's.
Hey Deacon fans, if you can't make it courtside or want to catch an away game with other Wake fans, Little Richard's Barbecue on Stratford Road should be your first choice to watch Wake basketball games. Enjoy big screen TVs, cold drinks, and all the smoked meats and southern sides you love. Proudly serving Deacon fans since 1991, Little Richard's is the go-to game day spot for Wake fans. Visit us on Stratford Road or order online at littlerichardsbarbecue.com. Go Deeks.
More with Coach Forbes after these local messages on the Wake Forest Sports Network from Learfield.
Here's right off of the screen, steps back, fires, three-ball for the lead. Center cut. Wake leads it 79-76 with only 6.5 seconds left. And Virginia Tech calls its final timeout.
The Joel is the place to be as Wake Forest men's basketball takes the court against NC State on Saturday, January 31st. Tickets are available now. Secure your seats today at godeeks.com/tickets. Go Deeks.
A true teammate takes on every day with a winner's attitude, gets up when they fall down, and leaves it all on the field. There's a group of teammates who do all these things every single day. But they're more than your typical athlete. They're kids facing unthinkable medical circumstances. Team Impact matches children facing serious illness and disability with college sports teams, creating a long-term, life-changing experience for everyone involved. Join us in the movement to get all kids in the game. Visit teamimpact.org to learn more. Team Impact. All in, all together.
Be a part of tonight's edition of the Steve Forbes Show.
I always think that's really special when the former players come back. It's not so much for me, it's for our own players too, so they can build a bond and a relationship with those guys that hopefully will last, forever like their bond lasts.
Email your question to Stan and Coach Forbes at wakeradio@learfield.com or tweet your question to the voice of the Deeks at Stan Cotton WF.
Okay, rolling along, first half hour of the Steve Forbes Show. Coming up in a little bit, Jalen Cross.
Jay Cross.
He just cannot wait to get on the radio.
He's dying to get up.
Tonight's broadcast brought to you in part by R.J. Young, your playbook for more than just copiers. They're cutting-edge solutions covering security systems, business phones, and managed IT and AV technology for your organization. Schedule your free consultation right now at rjyoung.com/Wake Forest. As promised, we're going out into the audience.
Okay.
We've got a table of 4 Wake Forest students.
All right.
I'm not sure which one wants to start, but tell us who you are, where you're from, what your major is, all that good stuff, And then
do you know your major?
No.
Okay, good.
Okay, well,
that's okay.
Put the mic up there in front of your face and tell us who you are.
My name's Tyler Thompson from Baltimore, Maryland. I'm an econ major.
There you go.
Graduating in May.
Good for you.
Coach, we've enjoyed seeing Isaac and Jalen and some of the younger guys bring some fresh energy and some talent to the floor. What's your plan for getting them more involved throughout the rest of the season?
Did you pay him to ask that question, Jalen?
Dang. It's funny. After the Duke game, was frustrated, and I made a comment that I felt like, we were struggling to get loose balls, 50-50 balls, which I feel like is really important. And Jalen and Isaac are really good at doing that. And if the game, what day was it? Tuesday. Isaac dove on that ball, if you remember, and he kicked it over to Miles, and we made a 3, and it was a huge play. Those are winning plays. And so they're going to play a lot. Obviously with Nate being out, that adds more to it. Unfortunately for Nate, I'm not, excited about that. But they've earned it. If you could see practice, which you guys are students, you sure can. Those guys work really hard every day, and they're really good defenders, and they're really physical and strong. Isaac's really got good at guarding the ball, and Jalen is too. And they're gonna make some mistakes. I mean, Isaac had 9 rebounds against Pitt on Tuesday, and Jalen made a big 3 in the corner. He did drive it in there off 2 feet and do my favorite thing ever and jump the pass, which I despise, and he turned it over. But that was his own. But nobody plays mistake-free, right? I don't coach mistake-free. You don't play mistake-free. You got to move on to the next play. So those guys are great. We love them. They're going to be really good, and they're going to play a lot here coming down the stretch. Good question. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. Who's next?
Hey, Coach. This is Charlie Susser from New York City.
New York.
New York City, yeah.
Have they dug out up there yet?
I think so.
Yeah.
Which is good news. I've got a question regarding our intramural basketball team.
Oh my!
That has just gotten started.
Okay.
So we've got a lot of varying skill levels.
Oh boy!
Any suggestions on an offense to run?
Yeah, I'd run one where you don't turn it over and get a shot up every time. You know, everybody likes ball screens. I'm not a huge. I'm kind of old school. I like the motion. I like to move the ball. Everybody wants the ball screen. You know, it's a great, easy offense to learn that we ran at Tennessee and won like gazillion games is flex. You ever run a flex? Okay, I can show it to you. It's easy. I can do it on a beer napkin probably for you. You know, some of the best plays. There's a book written by Rick Majerus. Everybody read this book? You know what it's called? Life on a Napkin. And a lot of coaches, me included, have cocktail napkins full of plays. I have 15 of those plays one night, side out of bounds, sitting with Nick Nurse, just drawing on napkins. So I can help you with that.
The flex, all right?
The flex.
There's 2 down.
Hey, Coach. Foster Kimple here from Norfolk, Virginia.
Okay.
Curious, after 2 just kind of tough losses, how are we getting the guys, fired up?
Yeah. You know, Foster, I think that all comes back to just embracing the work, enjoying what you do and coming to practice every day and learning like today, getting ready to play a rivalry game and me telling them how important a game against NC State is to our fans and how this is the only time this year we get a Tobacco Road team in our gym. So let's take advantage of it. Those kind of things. I think being a basketball player, you got to deal with adversity, and you got a lot of games. And so you got to have a quick turnaround mentality. So they embrace the hard work. They know you can flip a season like that. You can go either way, man. You can be playing great and not play good. You can play great and not play. Look, teams change every day after every practice. And that's just the way it is. And so we've got a really positive attitude. It's not fun. Nobody wants to lose. Everybody's frustrated. Fans, coaches, players, I get it. And so you just got to embrace the work, and then it'll pay off.
1 more to go.
Yeah. I'm Louis Rasconi from New York City, too.
Okay.
I know you guys played State on New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
What do you kind of take away from that game and use as learning to go into this game?
Yeah, good question, man. State's a little different as far as they switch everything defensively and they press. And so what you don't want to do is let them even make on a live, during not a free throw situation or a dead ball, but live ball. You want to get it out as quick as you can and get it down the court and beat them down the court. And if you can do that, you have a much better chance. I don't think we were as sharp with that the first time. I thought we let the ball bounce a few too many times, and then when you do that, you let the defense get set. You try to beat them down the court. That's something I think I'm sure now Will Wade's probably listening to my radio show right now, knowing him. Thanks a lot, man. But I think getting the ball out quicker it will help us. Understanding how to attack switching. There's different ways you have to screen, different ways you slip, you cut, drive the slips, drive the peels, whatever we call it, whatever action that we're in. I think, and then turnovers. I mean, they turned us over too much for us to have a chance to win. Now, the one thing that we did to them, we turned them over, right? But we continue to have to do that. Now, we have changed our ball screen philosophy a lot kind of since the first semester when we were blitzing and hedging. We're not doing that as much because of our bigs getting exposed too far from the basket a little bit. But we were like one of the top teams in the country in turning people over, so it's kind of give and take. But then it takes them out of rebounding position, so we're struggling to rebound. So we've done more at the level. We've switched. We've gone under. And so we've done a lot of different things since we played them the first time. So we'll see. But personnel is kind of the same for them. We've got to do a better job of keeping Copeland under control and out of the lane. He's a good player, big, strong guard. And just rebound better. So, that's what we worked on today, and we'll work on it again tomorrow and kick it up at noon on Saturday. Appreciate the question.
Guys, great stuff. We appreciate you coming out. But see, now you got to keep coming. So if at least one of you is not here Monday night, I'm coming after you.
I'll tell you what, if you show up, you keep showing up, I'll let you get to practice. We'll put you on. Might put you in there and let you play against them.
Here we go.
Put that in real. I'll tell you what, I'll let you run the flex against our guys for about 5 minutes. What do you think? Would you score? Do you think you score? Maybe.
Well,
I'll tell you what, if you did, I'd be pissed.
How about a hand for our weight guys? If there are questions, we appreciate it. All right, we'll take a timeout. Another weight guy is next. We'll talk to Jalen Cross after this as you listen to the Steve Forbes Show from Learfield.
Race fans, the 2026 Cookout Clash is coming back to the iconic Bowman Gray Stadium, the Madhouse, for an unforgettable weekend of racing. It all starts Saturday, January 31st with the Cookout Madhouse Classic, featuring Bowman Gray's modified and sportsman divisions before NASCAR Cup Series drivers hit the track for practice and qualifying. Then on Sunday, February 1st, the Cup Series returns for one of the most exciting races of the year, the Clash. Lock in your seats now at NASCARClash.com.
Your Harris Teeter grocery haul can earn you savings on gas with our fuel points. Earn 1 fuel point for every $1 you spend when you shop with your VIC card on your favorite products, fresh produce, and organic brands. Track your fuel points in the Harris Teeter app and redeem your points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. The more you shop, the more points you earn. It's like getting gas money just for shopping like you normally do. Click to learn more. Harris Teeter, in food with love.
We'll be right back to the Steve Forbes Show after this local timeout on the Wake Forest Sports Network from Learfield.
When the Triad brings ABC 45 News their traffic troubles, we get them resolved.
I really appreciate 45 because you guys advertise. If you have a problem and you can't get it resolved, give us a call.
One viewer had thousands worth of damage to her SUV from a fallen tree by a roadway.
ABC 45 News went to work and had the tree removed in less than a day.
Send your emails to traffictips@abc45.com. Triad traffic troubles on ABC 45 News at 6 and 11.
For the latest on the Demon Deacs, make sure you start with GoDeacs.com, the official website of Wake Forest Athletics. GoDeacs.com provides easy access to purchase tickets to upcoming games along with the latest news and updates from every team on campus. Plus, you can sign up for daily news alerts straight to your inbox. And, of course, hear all the play-by-play action from Wake Forest football, men's and women's basketball, and baseball, along with our coaches' shows as well. GoDeacs.com, the source for all things Wake Forest Athletics.
Welcome back to the Steve Forbes Show. It's time now for our Play of the Week, presented by WXLV ABC 45.
Right side to Colvin. Colvin fires the three and drills it. Well, the Deacs just kept playing. And Colvin drops in the bomb for a 76-74 lead. Wake wanted a foul, didn't get it, just had to keep playing, and that's what they did. Colvin with the big shot. He finishes with 18. And again, unfortunately, Wake loses to Pittsburgh in overtime. That is our ABC 45 News Play of the Week, brought to you by ABC 45 News, giving you more coverage and dedication of what matters to you. And no wait weather with Jonathan Went. ABC 45 News, standing up for you. All right, as promised, Wake freshman Jalen Cross is here, the pride of Greensboro Caldwell Academy. Yeah. State champs, All-State 3 times, Conference Player of the Year, played on Team CP3 in the Nike circuit. Now you're a Demon Deac. I want to ask you what the big difference is and what the biggest adjustment you've had to make from high school basketball, and you played against some really good competition certainly. Now you're in the ACC, a little bit different, right? How's that transformation been for you, that transition too?
At first I think it was hard. That in the first month of the summer, it was definitely a different pace of the game, and everything matters. The details matter just so much more being in college. You just can't beat guys in college as well as you can beat them in high school. So I think the biggest thing was just the pace of the game and the strength of the game. But once I got used to everything in the summer, I felt like that's what helped me a lot. Now, whenever I'm playing in these games, I'm more used to the pace because how hard we went this summer.
How do you think playing at Caldwell and being as good as you were, how do you think that helped prepare you for taking the next step?
I think it prepared me in the games that we played and going up against, like, top-level talent. I mean, going up against, like, Nate Ahmed, Caden Magwood, like these guys that I've played at the highest level. I mean, it helped me, want to play defense and want to try to shut down your matchup going up against that. So I feel like having that in Caldwell helps me prepare for this moment.
I'm not sure I've ever maybe once or twice heard a player say, I want to play defense. If I'd been Coach Forbes, I would have recruited you on that alone. But, I mean, that – you watch the knock on the NBA is whether they don't play defense. I know you want to play in the NBA. But what is it about defense, Jalen, that I don't know, that you're drawn to and makes you want to play hard?
I think the biggest thing is that it's fun watching somebody struggle and watching somebody be frustrated, because I know how bad it feels to be frustrated as an offensive player. So being on the opposite side of that coin, I think that's the biggest thing. And then also it just helps you get easy baskets. You get steals, helps you be in transition and play an easier game. So I think those two things are the most why I love playing defense.
We had you on post-game a couple games ago, the last home game, and I asked you about, because the next game was Duke, and if you remember, I asked you about Cameron Indoor and growing up in Greensboro, and you said you'd never been in the building. So what was that experience like for you? Because it is, I don't like Duke, right? Nobody from Wake likes Duke.
Absolutely
but
not.
I think you have to admit it's an iconic venue. We've all seen it a lot on television because of the success Duke has had. What was it like for you playing in the building?
Okay.
And then hitting that three like you did?
Well, first, I didn't think there was going to be that many people there because of snow. And so when we went out there for the warm-ups.
That was their 550th consecutive sellout. 550.
So when we went out there for the warm-ups, I was, like, asking everybody, I was like, are you sure it's going to get packed out? And they was like, just trust me, it's going to get packed out. So then after that, whenever we went out for actual warm-ups, and I was like, oh, my God. It was it was insane. It felt like everybody was just on you. It was a little bit different than playing at UNC because it was just a smaller gym, smaller arena. But when I hit that shot, all I could think about is getting back on defense, because if you watch it, the next possession I got a foul. So I was trying to get back on defense, but, I was excited.
Compared to what you had seen on television, what was it like in person?
You can't think. Like, you can't hear anything. On television, it's just like everybody's just going crazy. But when you're in the moment, you're like, wow, like I can hear this in my body, like all this loudness in here. So I think that was the biggest difference.
We're going to take a quick timeout. We've got Coach all mic'd up over there, and you're going to go one-on-one with him when we come back. We're talking with Jalen Cross, Greensboro freshman for the Deacs, and Coach will get his stab at his young gun after the timeout as you listen to the Steve Forbes Show from Learfield.
When it comes to local news, you can rely on ABC 45 News, there to cover your story.
Just had to take a stand. We should be compensated way more than we are.
There to get you answers.
It still leaves so much anxiety because it's like we don't know what happened.
There in your community.
We need to help out the people in our community who are struggling.
And there with your no-wait weather.
This area is producing some severe weather tonight.
ABC 45 News, weeknights at 6 and 11, standing up for you.
It's electric here at the Joel. Holy cow, what a no-look pass. And another. And another. Never have I seen this many assists in one possession. This is flawless execution, Bob.
Hey, I'm thirsty too. But watching bottles of ice-cold Pepsi get passed from vendors down to Deacs fans in the middle seats is not the play-by-play we're here to do. Eyes back on the court. I'll buy you a Pepsi at the half.
No one's better than you, Bob.
It's Wake Hoop season, so pass the Pepsi. Proud partner of Wake Forest basketball.
More with Coach Forbes after these local messages on the Wake Forest Sports Network from Learfield.
For the latest on the Demon Deacs, make sure you start with GoDeacs.com, the official website of Wake Forest Athletics. GoDeacs.com provides easy access to purchase tickets to upcoming games along with the latest news and updates from every team on campus. Plus, you can sign up for daily news alerts straight to your inbox. And, of course, hear all the play-by-play action from Wake Forest football, men's and women's basketball, and baseball, along with our coaches' shows as well. GoDeacs.com, the source for all things Wake Forest Athletics.
Gloves for the dunk. Spillers flushed it on the alley-oop.
Looking for Demon Deacon audio content beyond game day? Download and subscribe to the Wake Forest Sports Network feed on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. Stay connected to the Deeks all season long.
No, I thought we had great effort. Appreciate the fans. We had a good crowd. Last couple games have gotten off to a good start.
Catch every episode of the Jake Dickert Show and the Steve Forbes Show on demand, whether you're in Winston-Salem or anywhere in the world. Download and subscribe today. The Wake Forest Sports Network, powered by Learfield.
Welcome back to the Steve Forbes Show.
They'll get the ball to Spillers, to Calmes, back to Spillers for stuff. Oh, what great ball movement from Wade.
His transformation has really been impressive. He came here as a scorer, and he can score. We've asked him to be the point guard. I think he's done an absolutely incredible job getting everybody involved.
Email your question to Stan and Coach Forbes at wakeradio@learfield.com.
Rolling right along here, second half hour, and we're motoring along on the Steve Forbes Show. Tonight's broadcast brought to you in part tonight by Norman Stockton since 1909. Been dressing Deacon fans for every occasion. You'll find a tremendous selection of Wake golf shirts, quarter zips, vests, jackets, belts, a whole lot more. Conveniently located next to campus in Reynolda Village. Come visit Norman Stockton today. All right, as we promised, Coach is mic'd up over there with Jalen Cross.
Jalen.
Here it comes.
So,
now.
you know, we talking about, you guys, there's a good question about giving Isaac getting more playing time. Obviously, one of the things that we've struggled with is rebounding the basketball. And Jalen and Isaac are really good rebounders, okay? And Isaac played more minutes, had 9. How many Jalen's high school team won the state championship his senior year. How many rebounds did you have in the championship game?
In the state championship game, I had 19 rebounds.
19 rebounds. That's a lot of rebounds.
That's Tim Duncan numbers.
That's Tim Duncan numbers.
Yeah.
But, you know, that's the one thing that, and I've told you this, it translates from high school to college to the NBA, is if you can rebound, you can rebound. Because you have a knack for the ball, right? And you have that unbelievable motor to go get the ball. We have those, what do you call those things you wear every day?
Oh, catapult?
Catapult.
Yep.
Jalen Cross has the highest number on catapult every practice, when he gets in the game. It's not even, it's astronomical. His numbers are off the charts.
So what does it measure?
It measures your intensity. It measures your load. I don't know how to explain what that is. Your explosive plays. I don't know how it does this. I'm not that smart.
We need to get Mike Starkey in here.
You should. We could he could tell you all about it. He said, you see him every day. He's sitting there practicing the game. They weren't during the game.
They bring the cases in. It looks like the nuclear football. And they got wires and everything going. It's crazy.
So tell the fans, Jalen, you and I have known each other a long time.
Absolutely.
I started recruiting you in the summer going into your junior year for CP3. Mm-hmm. I came and watched you play a couple times in your junior year. How did that go?
It didn't go too good. When you came to watch me in junior year or when you came to watch me in CP3?
No, your junior.
My junior
You played
year.
great.
Oh, at CP3 I played phenomenal.
So what happened? How did it go after? Because I'm going to get – what happened?
I think, well, the biggest thing for me, I feel like just not being used to being the guy just yet. I felt like I was used to playing with a bunch of good players. Yeah. And so then once I got put at the forefront of the scatter report, it was a change for me. And I started to lean on excuses instead of leaning on playing hard. And I think that was the biggest thing.
Say that again.
I started leaning on excuses instead of leaning on playing hard.
It's a pretty mature thing to say. And so what happened is we didn't offer you, right?
Absolutely.
And that hurt your feelings, didn't it?
Just a little bit.
Yeah, I know it did. And so then we go into the summertime, and you're playing for CP3, right? Mm-hmm. I won't name this kid's name, but we're recruiting another kid that he's playing against. I'm not at the game. I had to do something, and one of my other assistants was at the game. I think it actually was my son. Mm-hmm. And he kept texting me, Dad, or he calls me Coach. He doesn't actually call me Dad. He said, Jalen's kicking this guy's butt, and he keeps looking at me every time he scores. Did you not do that?
I definitely did that every single time. Every
I
single
like
time.
it. I mean, that's why I like you, all right? So we get to the fall. Mm-hmm. We still don't offer you. We're messing around. We're, trying to keep you warm, and you sign with Charlotte, right?
Yep.
So I'm thinking, okay, it's over. But then we get to the spring, and you decide that you don't want to go to Charlotte. And so you get out, you decommit, and then you become available, and you come over to my office. And that's probably one of the most mature meetings I've ever had. Was the most mature meeting I've ever had with somebody your age about. Tell them what you said to me. I'm not taking credit for your senior year, but what did that do to you once? We were kind of your dream school, right?
Absolutely.
You came to our games. You were just like Juke. You were coming to all of our games.
Definitely.
What did that do to motivate you to get to where you are today?
It showed me that I wasn't ready. And the biggest thing that I feel like as a player growing through my high school, it was that I felt like that was always supposed to be planned, always supposed to get everything. So when I said the statement earlier about leaning on excuses, that showed me right there that, like, man, no, you got to look yourself in the mirror, and you got to realize that you're not ready yet. So what do? Do you just lay over, or do you get better? And I thought that was the biggest thing, and I'm definitely appreciative of that because it taught me that competitive spirit and to play hard each time that you get because you never know who's watching.
I mean, how old are you?
20.
You're 20. Okay. I mean, that's a pretty mature thing to say for somebody your age who, a lot of people are in this, guys your age are like, what can you do for me? And you literally told no. I didn't say you weren't good enough, but in a way, that's kind of what I was saying, like at that point. And I just have a lot of respect for you. Not the fact that you just came here, but the way you handled adversity, because life is full of adversity. That's all it is, and it's how you handle it. And so this is why he's going to be a great player. Okay, it's just coming. It's just a matter of time.
I asked Jalen when the ball stops bouncing, and Coach, you ask your players this a lot, what he wanted to do, and I said you ought to go into communications. I mean, you're so well spoken. And he said, well, maybe, but real estate you like? What are you interested in outside of basketball?
I mean, I'm interested in, giving back. And I think the biggest thing with that, I feel like that'll allow me to, just talk to people on my day-to-day outside of basketball, even investment banking, just helping people out. And that's my biggest thing. Like, I love helping out people. So I feel like that's a great avenue for me to have a good platform to do such things.
Well, what do you guys think about Jalen Cross, huh?
Pretty awesome.
All right. Well, we're going to take a timeout. Jalen, thanks for coming. You come back anytime you want, and you just knock on his door and tell him you want to come to the radio show. We'll put you on the air. All right. Here's, folks, Jalen Cross. Take a quick timeout. More with Coach on the other side. This is the Steve Forbes Show from Learfield.
Stan Cotton here for Roger Marion Automotive. Roger and his staff have been taking care of me and my family and our cars and trucks for years. From tune-ups to oil changes to a state inspection or that weird sound your engine's making that you can't quite figure out. Roger Marion Automotive can handle whatever issue your vehicle has and get you back on the road with confidence and at a very fair price. Roger Marion Automotive between I-40 and 421 across from West Forsyth High School. Roger Marion Automotive, the only choice for any fan of the Demon Deacons.
A golf instructor who knows technique can improve an aspiring pro's swing. But one who really cares can help transform a career.
There he is, your new champion.
When you team up with someone who knows a lot and cares even more, you're unstoppable. At Truist, we believe the same is true for banking. Truist, leaders in banking, unwavering in care. Truist Bank, member FDIC, leading based on top 10 U.S. commercial bank.
We'll be right back to the Steve Forbes Show after this local timeout on the Wake Forest Sports Network from Learfield.
You hear that? That's the sound of Pepsi Zero Sugar, the better tasting, more refreshing Zero Sugar Cola. Listen to that endless pour. Pure refreshment. If it sounds this good, just imagine how it tastes. Oh yeah, so good. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Let your taste decide.
A true teammate takes on every day with a winner's attitude, gets up when they fall down, and leaves it all on the field. There's a group of teammates who do all these things every single day. But they're more than your typical athlete. They're kids facing unthinkable medical circumstances. Team Impact matches children facing serious illness and disability with college sports teams, creating a long-term, life-changing experience for everyone involved. Join us in the movement to get all kids in the game. Visit teamimpact.org to learn more. Team Impact. All in, all together.
Be a part of tonight's edition of the Steve Forbes Show.
When you go to try to dunk it, you're going to get fouled because you're coming down with the ball. And then he tried to, lay it up, and he found out that this ain't the Missouri Valley.
Email your question to Stan and Coach Forbes at wakeradio@learfield.com or tweet your question to the voice of the Deeks at Stan Cotton WF.
Okay, we are back. We are well into the fourth quarter of the Steve Forbes Show.
Fourth quarter.
Yeah. Hey, I have to sneak another timeout as well.
Every time you said it, when I took the head job at East Tennessee State, I had to go meet with the donor right when I landed, and he told me that, he said, one of our problems, Coach, is that our players get tired in the fourth quarter. And I looked at him and I said, well, I think that'd be the second half.
Yeah.
I don't think we play quarters.
No, although you'd like to.
I'll do it.
All right.
Yeah.
Time for the Greenway Village Dental question of the night, because you deserve a beautiful smile. This comes from Randall. Coach, quickly discuss your recruiting philosophy with regard to high school players like Jalen or portal guys like Nate Calmes and others.
I think
which is most important?
I think you got to do both. They're all important. They're both important. They kind of come in. We have a certain timeline that we have to recruit with. There's no portal in the fall. We have an early signing date in the fall. And so we try to sign the very best high school players that we can in the fall. This year we have a top 20 recruiting class in the country. Quentin Coleman, who just moved up to 34th in the country in 247. The Gavin and Gallagher Placide, twins, 6'9", 6'10". They're in the top 70 in the country, both of them. And so we were really excited to get those guys. In the spring, it becomes a little more probably portal, but there's still the opportunity for high school players that maybe sign somewhere and then their coach maybe left for whatever reason. We've done that with Bobby Clinton. We did that with Parker Frederickson. And so Jalen came to us later. And so there's always that. I don't think either one is more important than the other. I just think it's really important to get really good people and really good players.
There you have tonight's Greenway Village Dental question of the night. One more quick timeout. We'll wrap it up on the other side as you listen to the Steve Forbes Show from Learfield.
Hey, Deacon fans. If you can't make it courtside or want to catch an away game with other Wake fans, Little Richard's Barbecue on Stratford Road should be your first choice to watch Wake basketball games. Enjoy big screen TVs, cold drinks, and all the smoked meats and southern sides you love. Proudly serving Deacon fans since 1991, Little Richard's is the go-to game day spot for Wake fans. Visit us on Stratford Road or order online at littlerichardsbarbecue.com. Go Deeks.
At Vibe, we believe interior design has the power to transform experience, shaping how people heal, learn, and perform every day. Whether it's premium hospitality suites, medical education facilities, residence halls, or healthcare environments, we create spaces that inspire connection, focus, and well-being. As respected partners of Wake Forest University and Wake Forest Athletics, we're proud to design environments where champions thrive on the court, in the classroom, and beyond. Discover the impact of great design at vibedesign.com. That's Vibe with 2 I's.
More with Coach Forbes after these local messages on the Wake Forest Sports Network from Learfield.
When the Triad brings ABC 45 News their traffic troubles, we get them resolved.
I really appreciate 45 because you guys advertise. If you have a problem and you can't get it resolved, give us a call.
One viewer had thousands worth of damage to her SUV from a fallen tree by a roadway.
ABC 45 News went to work and had the tree removed in less than a day.
Send your emails to traffictips@abc45.com. Triad traffic troubles on ABC 45 News at 6 and 11.
Your Harris Teeter grocery haul can earn you savings on gas with our fuel points. Earn 1 fuel point for every $1 you spend when you shop with your VIC card on your favorite products, fresh produce, and organic brands. Track your fuel points in the Harris Teeter app and redeem your points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. The more you shop, the more points you earn. It's like getting gas money just for shopping like you normally do. Click to learn more. Harris Teeter, in food with love.
Okay, final couple of minutes with Coach Steve Forbes on this snowy night.
Snowy.
This is Thursday,
it's not
right?
snowing.
Well, cold. Sorry, it's not snowing yet. Snow's coming apparently on Saturday. Again, the Wake State game moved up to noon, so we'll be on the air 11:30 in the morning, and then hopefully take care of the Wolfies and get out of there.
Yeah, rivalry game.
Yep.
You know, and talk to the team about that today, how important that is to our fans, to league play, you know. And so, you know, love to have everybody come out, watch us play. We've had some intense battles in the Joel with them over the time I've been here.
Coach Mark wants to know, with an undersized team, is it imperative that all five rebound, especially on the defensive end, and how can we improve? And we talked about it a little bit on the 50-50 balls.
You know, Mark, we do it every day. We actually blocked out for 25 minutes today in practice, and it's January as far as not just in the drill work that we were doing or the live play. It started with a blockout. But, this is the thing about blocking out. It is important. It's very important, but then you have to get the ball. Like, for instance, against Duke, Omaha was 11 for 11 on blockouts. But he gave up 3 offensive rebounds because, the guy was bigger than him and got the ball or jumped over him. That's when the guards have to come in and help. And that's where I thought Isaac Carr affected the game more than anything on Tuesday was he came in there and got those rebounds that Trey, Cooper, Omaha maybe couldn't get. Maybe had their guy blocked out, but the guy's got a huge size advantage on him, so he gets the rebound. So it's a great question. We got to continue to work on it. 50-50 balls, that's a hard. We got to get them, man. And there's not a lot of drills. You just emphasize it and you try to go get it with 2 hands, but you got to get them.
Coach Cameron says you've stated we've got to make threes to win.
Yep.
On average, what's a good number of threes to take?
Yeah.
And then what's a good number to make?
I mean, it kind of depends on who you're playing and how they play you. I don't know exact percentage of attempts. I think we're up there in the country probably, top 100 in attempts. I think it's a lot of it depends on where your shots where you can get your shots to come from and the volume. But the more you take, the better chance you got to make them. And I think anything 9 and above, 10 is a great number. We're making about 9 point something this year. Again, we're probably top 100 in that. And so I would prefer to make 9 or 10 a game or 8 to 10 a game and shoot 34, 35% as a team. I think you're doing pretty good.
Coach, our last question from Daniel, and it's pretty timely because he says if Calmes is out for an extended time, you said he's going to be out indefinitely because the injury is fairly serious. His question is, am I stating the hopefully obvious that you've told Juke he can't foul out anymore?
Yeah. I had that conversation with Juke. He was frustrated. He drove the ball 3 times at the end of the game, didn't get a call. I thought 2 of them he didn't deserve a call. I didn't think they fouled. The last play of the game, he did get fouled. But you can't let that affect you. And he's a very competitive person. And I thought it affected him in the overtime, and he got a 5th foul frustration. And so we talked about that today. I blame myself for his 3rd foul in the first half. We scored. I still had my timeout. I was saving it for the next time, the next possession. I should have called timeout there, got him out of the game, put somebody in. He wouldn't have got that 3rd foul. And I don't think he deserved his 3rd foul, but it doesn't matter because they called it. And so, really, truthfully, his 3rd foul, I take the blame for.
All right, Coach, we're down to a little less than a minute. Back to the Big 4 matchup with NC State on Saturday. And again, can't state it enough. The game has been moved from 3:40. Don't show up at 3:45. The game's over. Wake will have won, and you will have missed it.
Yes.
The game's at noon.
So that gives you more time to go out and have something to eat, whatever you do after the game.
But you got to get them. You got to split the series after losing in Raleigh, and you need a win back.
Well, it's our only chance this year to have an in-state team at home, and so let's show them what the Joel's all about.
Hey, thank all you folks for coming out.
Yep.
I know it's cold and icy, and you students,
thank you.
We appreciate it. I hope you had fun talking with Coach. You can do that any Monday night. We're usually here on Mondays. And, again, Rodney Rogers' day has been moved until March the 7th against Cal. For Coach and for Jalen Cross, great time with him. Stan Cotton saying so long from Miller's.
listening to the Steve Forbes Show on the Wake Forest Sports Network from Learfield. Tonight's show has been brought to you by Atrium Health Wake Forest Baptist, the official healthcare partner of the Demon Deacons. The proceeding has been a Learfield presentation of the Wake Forest Sports Network.